Antony, welcome to Crawley. How happy are you to get the deal over the line?
Yeah, really happy to get it done. It's been something over the last week, and yeah, I'm just really delighted and happy to get started, and yeah, can't wait.
You're obviously making the jump back into the EFL, an exciting time for the club, having just got promoted to League One. Obviously, you have recently been at Welling. Did you feel like now is the right time to get back into the EFL for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think last season, I really got into my own. Feel like I played well throughout the season, and I got a lot of appearances. So yeah, really happy to be here. It was always a goal of mine to get back into league football. So really happy to be here, and I can't wait to start.
Yeah, and obviously that journey started at Leyton Orient when you were in the EFL. Obviously, at that point in league, experience with League One as well. I suppose you would have been looking at the club when you heard about the interest, and it must be a really exciting time for you to join. Having just got our first promotion in a great number of years.
Yeah, definitely. I was watching the playoff final, playoff semi-final as well, so it's quite ironic. I'm sitting here right now, but yeah, like I said, I'm delighted to be here. Going to grab the opportunity with both hands, and yeah, I just can't wait, to be honest, until we get started.
It must be really pleasing for you to get this deal done so early in the window. Obviously, for a lot of clubs, they've had an extra few weeks, but with us, obviously, our season only ended, I think, 3 weeks ago now. It's good for us to also get in the business early, but it will help you settle, I suppose, won't it, and focus on, summer before we hit pre-season at the start of July.
Yeah, definitely. I think any footballer wants to go into pre-season right at the beginning, because you can really get started and, play as many games as you can until the season starts. So yeah, can't wait for it. I'm going to be training hard until the start of pre-season, and yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah, and I'm sure you would have watched a lot of our stuff, as you say. You watched the playoff final, so it's pretty clear to you the identity that the gaffer likes to play with, and we've impressed a lot of people this season. So, as a footballer, I suppose it must be really pleasing to see that, because then sort of straight away how you're going to be wanting to be played at the start of the season.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think it's something I can fit into, definitely. After we have discussions and stuff like that, and get used to the boys and stuff in pre-season. So yeah, something to look forward to, and yeah, really happy to be here.
Yeah, you mentioned the players. Obviously, Sonny Fish, I believe you will know as one player, but is there any others that you've had sort of familiar encounters with?
There's a few boys that live in my area over the years, some of my brother's friends and stuff like that. So it's quite funny how everyone's pretty much in the same change room now. But yeah, like I said, it's really a good opportunity, and can't wait.
Yeah, it must be nice to have some familiar faces, especially going into the first couple of days of pre-season. It sounds like a bit like a cliche, I suppose, but it must sort of help you settle in a little bit quicker, and they can introduce you to everybody else, so it must be nice.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, Sonny Fish, I was playing with him only a few months ago, to be honest. And obviously when we see him, we have a good chat. So yeah, obviously really good.
Yeah, and obviously we're slowly building towards pre-season now. Our first, few fixtures have been announced. There's still some to be announced, I suppose, for yourself. It's full focus on that. How's the summer been, prior to that and prior to the move?
Yeah, it's been, to be honest, I didn't really take much time off. I'm one of them when I want to train as hard as I can during the off-season and make the most out of the time I've got off. So I want to train as hard as possible, whether that's in the gym or on the pitch. And I want to improve as much as I can. So yeah, hopefully that shows in pre-season, and hopefully that shows most importantly when the season starts.
Yeah, and it's not long now, as I've already mentioned, 1st of July, they'll be back in doing the pre-season testing. I suppose, again, it's a cliche, but it really does fly, doesn't it, from the end of the season? I know, especially considering we've had ours extended, but it's such a short time, isn't it? So it's not long to go now before you'll be meeting all of the lads and the gaffer as well.
Exactly. I mean, I still remember the start of the last season that's just gone, and that flew by really quickly. So yeah, you've got to make sure I'm ready, and I will be ready for the start of pre-season and for the start of the season, and yeah, looking forward to it.
And for the fans that perhaps haven't seen you play before, how would you describe yourself as a footballer?
I'd like to describe myself quite technical on the ball. I like to drive with the ball, take players on, have a few long shots outside the box, and yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. Antony, welcome to Crawley.
Thank you. Cheers.